Welcome, fam. And today it's Quickie Tuesday, where you don't need a husband, a boyfriend, a partner, or a significant other. Our Quickie today requires us to grill. So we're going to start grilling first, and we're going to light the grill because it's going to take us about 20 minutes to get the charcoal hot like we want it. So to my chimney lighter, I started with some paper on the bottom with a little bit of lighter fluid, and then I put my charcoal in the inside. I'm going to top it off with a little bit of lighter fluid. So my sister-in-law, my namesake, hey Norm, she was the one that encouraged me to get my own chimney. So I don't have to wait for a husband, a boyfriend, or a partner to come and light the grill. All I do is flick and we are ready to go. Yeah, it's good to go. So now that we have our charcoal grill going, we're going to start to prepare our ribeye that we got from our favorite store for dinner. This ribeye only cost me $12.45. Go try to find a ribeye this big at any of your local stores for $12.45. Additionally, we're gonna have some sauteed broccoli with that, and we're gonna make some pineapple coconut rice. We're gonna top our rice off with a little bit of scallions or green onions and a little bit of cilantro. So, because this is your Tuesday Quickie, you only need one sprout of broccoli. We need a little bit of garlic and a little bit of onions. We're gonna saute our onions and our garlic, and then we're gonna put in our broccoli along with a little chicken broth or chicken bouillon to give it a little bit of flavor. I cut my broccoli only because I like my stems to be about like that on my broccoli. I don't particularly care for longer stems, but if you like your stems longer, hey, have at it. For our steak, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some salt and pepper. Not a lot of salt, more pepper than salt, because I'm gonna top it off with salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. I'm also gonna add some garlic, and of course, our salt-free seasoning. Our salt-free seasoning, again, we get it from Costco, but you can get it from anywhere. They even have it at the Dollar Tree. So we're gonna season both sides of our steak, again, with a tad bit of salt, more pepper, little olive oil, or grapeseed oil. You know, mine is actually grapeseed oil. Little garlic salt, and again, some salt-free seasoning. We use a salt-free seasoning because of the herbs and things the dried herbs and things that are in the salt-free seasoning. So for our pineapple coconut rice, we're using a brown jasmine basmati rice that, again, you can find at our favorite store. 1 cup of rice and 1 3/4 cups of water. I'm gonna add a little bit of this coconut water to that water. I'm gonna put it in the rice cooker and I'm gonna let it cook on its own. So follow me to the stove. So to our rice cooker that's already warm, we've already added 1 2/4 cup of water. We're also going to add 1/4 of a cup of our coconut water and a cup of our brown jasmine basmati rice. We're also going to add a little bit of our chicken broth. I do that just because I want my rice to have a slightly salty taste, so that's salty sweet, and I'm also going to add some grapeseed oil, just a bit, and we're going to let that cook for about 20 minutes. So while that's cooking, we're sauteing our garlic and our onions. We're gonna toss in our broccoli. And let it cook down just a bit. So to our rice, again, we're gonna add some green onions. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop those up just so they're ready to go. We're gonna add some cilantro, which I usually just pull my cilantro off. Finely chop it. And then, since this is our Tuesday quickie and it's just for us, we don't need a lot. And to this pineapple, we have let it sit around for about 3 days, 4 days. It still could stand to sit around a little bit more, but to show you the effects, I'm actually only gonna cut the bottom. I'm gonna save the top and I'm gonna use it for a cocktail later. So I'm cutting the bottom because I can tell that the bottom is yellow, which means it's probably the ripest. I'm gonna cut it right down the middle, and then I'm gonna cut the sides off. Remember, in the center of the pineapple is the core. That's the part we throw away, or that's the part we put in some fresh water to make our own fresh pineapple water. So we don't need any of that. We only need about 1 piece since it's just for us at our Tuesday quickie. And then I'm gonna use this piece for a little bit of juice in our rice to finish it off. So we're back at our grill with our charcoal chimney starter. And as you can see, the flames are illuminating from our chimney starter. So all we do is pour them in our grill. We put our chimney starter over here. We pull our grate back over. We pull our grate back over, and then we clean off that ashes from the paper. We want to do the cleaning of the grill while the grill is actually hot versus the grill being cold, because that will eliminate rusting on the grill. So we're going to clean it off really good, and then we're going to put our steak on. So we pop our steak on the grill, and again, we're using a ribeye, but if you would like, you could use New York strip, you could use porterhouse, whatever your choice is. And we're going to put this right on the grill in the middle. I like my steak to be charred just a little bit on both sides, so I'm putting it directly in the heat, but only for about 2 or 3 minutes on both sides. I like my steak medium well, so I'm going to cook it till it's about medium, and then I'm going to take it off and let it rest while it gets to medium well. So I have my apparatus here, that's my cheating device, that'll tell me what is the temperature in Fahrenheit inside the steak, so I'll know when to take it off. So if I want it rare, I cook it to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. If I want it medium, I cook it to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. If I want it medium well, I cook it to 145 degrees Fahrenheit, and well is anything 155 and over. So again, I've already cooked my steak for about 2 minutes on the first side, and now I'm turning it over. I'm gonna put the top down, and I'm venting it just a bit so that it can still get some air so that the charcoal will continue to stay hot. So our steak temperature is measuring at about 135 degrees. So I'm gonna take it off now, and then I'm gonna let it sit as the rice finishes and the broccoli finishes. So we've taken our steak off, we're gonna take it in. I'm just gonna leave the grill sitting. Eventually this fire will go out. There's not a lot of charcoal left in here anyway, so there's no real concern. I could close the top if I wanted to as well. Either way, it doesn't matter. To our broccoli, we're now just gonna add just a tad bit of chicken broth, because remember, this is our Quickie Tuesday, so we don't need a lot. I'm gonna add just a tad bit of water just to get it to simmer a bit. We now turned it up on high because we're finishing it off. Our rice is done, and we're gonna turn that on simmer. Or some rice cookers, it's the warm setting. Either way, it's good to go. While that's simmering, we're gonna add our pineapple juice. And again, just a little bit, because we don't want it to be an overwhelming flavor. I like to add my scallions and my cilantro to the rice cooker so that it cooks it down just a tad bit. And we're gonna also put our pineapple chunks in there. Notice how I'm not using it all? Just a little bit. To our steak that's resting, we're gonna now add a little bit of salt. Because remember, we did not salt it that much when we cooked it. So now we've added a little bit of salt while it's resting, and then we are gonna be ready to plate. And there you have it, your Tuesday quickie that you don't need a husband, a boyfriend, a partner, or a significant other. Just you, your ribeye, your basmati pineapple and cilantro rice, your sauteed broccoli, and a nice glass of red wine. Thank you.